right. Hello, hello, hello. Doing a late night stream here. Of Victoria 3. And specifically, the continuation of our normal Congo run. I guess do kind of a starting steps of the game with Herat. It is pretty late, so we'll see how far we get with it, but so I guess this is more of a starting steps one. But we'll see. Whatever. See if anybody even ends up watching this one. Who knows? It is pretty late here on the East Coast, although I guess it was always the West Coast. For all you West Coast Victorians out there. Alright. So specifically, I'm looking at the Durran achievement here. What I have not gotten yet, under the very hard achievements. As Herat form Afghanistan, own all the historical states of the old Durrani Empire, and do not be a member of any power bloc led by any other country. And so you can see here the states that we have to hold. We have to hold all of Hazaristan, southern Turkestan, Kabulistan, Kandahar, Quetta, Pashtunistan, northern Baluchistan, Kashmir, Punjab, Khorasan, and Sindh. This will present a bit of a difficulty. Southern Turkestan, the Russians have a claim on it. We got to colonize it. Kashmir, Punjab, Khorasan, and Sindh will be battling the British East India Company for. So that will present some difficulties, and then along with everything else, that'll present its difficulties. So generally, we'll build up some military to begin with, because Persia's coming for us right at the beginning. Although I find you can't just go gung-ho on your military, because the military wages really will bog you down. I'm gonna try something here where I'm gonna stay on peasant levies for some time, because even though here in Herat we have 185,000 peasants. It's a lot of peasants. I think we're going to try... we're going to attempt a strategy where we stay on peasant levies. Because if you look at peasant levies when you're playing with a small country, the downsides aren't as much of a downside for a smaller country. One benefit we have here is that we get negative 10% military goods cost, which is great. Something that is usually a downside is that we only can build a barracks up to 25. But when you're a small country like Herat, that's not so bad, because we really can't financially support a military larger than 25 anyway. We get the 25 maximum conscription limit, but we also get a 4% conscription rate, which is kind of nice. Now the downsides, plus 10% morale loss, which isn't good, but we can counter that with some of the mobilization options. And then probably the biggest one, negative 25% weekly unit experience gain. So that's not great, but you know, it's going to be something that we're going to try to just see if we can eat up. 25% political strength for aristocrats on this one, so that's also not great. The landowners already are going to have tons of power, but we'll see. Professional army generally is when you want to get onto. You get 100 max barracks, but I mean financially we can't really afford anything above 25 anyway. You get more conscripts, but you also get only a 1% conscription rate, and then of course you get a morale negative 10% for morale loss instead of the other way around, and then the unit experience. And your servicemen get some political strength. So obviously that's better if we were a bigger country. But for the time being, we're gonna hold on to peasant levies. Now, something I do know generally about Herat is you will run out of infrastructure quickly. However, we do need to get to line infantry. So we're going to start going to line infantry, and then we're going to book it to railways, and we are just going to eat the ahead of time penalty on this one. Because we are landlocked, and so if we run out of infrastructure, the only option we have are railways. And so we got to do that. So, and then also, so when we do this, we try to get the lathe first because we can actually use that instead of, because atmospheric engine, we don't have access to coal. We're going to have to conquer some land in order to get it. But it doesn't really matter if we do lathe or atmospheric, or the atmo engine first. So we'll start with lathe, and then we'll go there. Once we get railways, we'll come back to some of the military stuff, but for now, that's a good cue. So we'll leave that. Let's see. Look at the buildings we got. So we got 13 barracks. We have two livestock ranches, an opium plantation, and a wheat farm. And we do have a textile mill. The first thing we got to do is add military, because we need to have a little bit more of military power projection. Because when you play as Herat, Persia comes for you quickly. Persia has a claim on the state of Herat, and so they want it back according to them. But the thing I find, I've played a couple playthroughs with this, and you can't build straight up to 25 units because the military wage cost is really going to bog you down, even if you put even if you decrease the wages in your budget section. So what we're going to try to do is we're going to get to 15 irregular infantry and 5 hussars. So we're just going to do 3 irregular infantries and then add 4 of these guys. And I think the thing that we're really going to try to do, Persia is going to be antagonistic to us no matter what until we get rid of those claims. So we're not going to try to get buddy-buddy with them. We are going to try to get buddy-buddy with Russia. Because if we can get some type of defensive pact with Russia, that really will help us, since Persia has a land border with Russia. If they attack us, they know that we'll bring Russia in, and then they have a war on 2 fronts. So we'll try to get Russia, but just as a backup, we'll also get buddy-buddy with Great Britain. Because why not? And see what happens there. In terms of decrees, we need that road maintenance. We need that social mobility. And then we're going to add... Well, so we'll talk about resource thing for a minute. We do need enlistment efforts, but we can't get it yet. Now, difficulty starting as Herat is that the state of Herat has no wood. So you only have Herati Hazaristan, which has 1 level of it. So after the military, that's the first thing we'll do. And we basically need to get the rest of Hazaristan, along with other places. But Hazaristan is split between these 3 states, and they all have wood, so we need more. So we'll add wood. And then we're not going to try to build a lot of construction sector to begin with because we can't really afford it. So we'll do 1 cotton plantation and 1 construction sector, because we do want the 1 construction sector so that we can get the private queue to purchase buildings off of us, because that's what's going to keep us out of debt. If we don't have any construction sectors, they can't use their money. So we have some barracks, we have the 1 logging cotton and construction. And then we just need to build up industries so that we can afford to move forward. We're going to need some wheat farms. I know it's kind of counterintuitive. Again, the difference between playing with a small nation as opposed to playing with a large nation. As a large nation, we just import everything in terms of food. And we are going to be importing some of that, but we're going to also build a bunch of wheat because we're really going to need it. And we're also going to build one here. In fact, we'll build one in Herat, and then, oh wait, no, not that high. And then one in Herat, Hazaristan, and then the rest. So that's a pretty good construction queue for now. So let's take a look at laws. Our leader, Cameron Durrani. So he has political operator. We're getting, in addition to authority, a negative political strength to clergymen. Now, it's not great. We have expensive taste. We have a penalty we have tax waste, which sucks. But we also get a benefit to prestige. In terms of our laws, monarchy, autocracy, national supremacy, state religion. What I find interesting about Herat here is the state religion. Generally, you want to get off of this, right? So the state religion is Sunni Muslims. In our country, we only have two. We have Shiite and Sunni. The majority are Shiite. But here's the thing. They both share the trait of being Muslim. So, and our two cultures are Pashtun and Persian. So, the Persian Shiite are at full acceptance. Because they share the state religion, they don't get the negative 25 penalty. They don't get the benefit, but they don't get the penalty. And they get plus 100 for the primary culture. So they're at full acceptance. The Hazara are also, they're second-class citizens. So still pretty good. And same thing with the Hazara Shiite. Now, oddly, normally we want to get off of this, right? They're at high acceptance, but the Shiite have negative 10% wages, which actually is actually going to help us when we are hiring for military. So we're going to keep state religion for a little bit. You can go to freedom of conscience, and like a lot of the Shiite will get additional acceptance, but a lot of them are already at full acceptance. Some of them will go from second-class citizens to full acceptance, and you still have negative 5% for the wages for the Shiite, which is not bad. But the negative 10 is pretty good, and total separation is something that we don't really want until we have our economy going. The depression of wages, while still being pretty much accepted, is actually kind of beneficial to us. You can see here too, so we have a lot of cultures, but generally they're all at plus 60, and then because of the religion, so like Turkmen, they're also Sunni, they're at full acceptance. So we actually are pretty good on acceptance. They're second-class citizens, which in terms of the game is actually not bad. There's nobody here that's at level 3. And so generally, everybody's pretty good. We might run into some issues with hiring officers. So when we start doing training rates, it might hurt, but we actually don't want to change off of state religion, especially considering even with state religion, the Sunni are marginalized. So we kind of like that. So let's get some people in government. We can get all three of these guys and still be at a legitimate government. So we're going to take that. Now, in terms of the laws we can change, again, we don't want to switch off of peasant levies. The best thing we can probably do at this point is try to get appointed bureaucrats. Hereditary bureaucrats gives political strength to the aristocrats, which we don't like. We're still trying to depower the landowners. But this will give us an additional tax capacity and political strength to bureaucrats who are generally intelligentsia. The only other thing we might look at, well, after appointed bureaucrats, we might do migration controls. So we'll try to switch that up. Eventually, we really do need to tackle traditionalism and get off of that, and serfdom. In fact, we'll have to do serfdom in order to get off of traditionalism. So let's tackle appointed bureaucrats first. We'll see how that goes. The benefit of this one, too, is that if it doesn't go through, it's fine. It's no skin off our back. We don't care too much. All right, I think we're ready to unpause. So let's unpause. Get it going. Oop, no, we want to keep that up. So my mana is damaging relations. That's fine. Oh, you know, we also didn't take a look at our. So we have an actual historical character here, Yar Muhammad Al-Qazi. He's a landowner. He's a traditionalist. As a commander, so command limit. +5 offense, but +5% morale loss for bigoted. And then another +5 offense. Okay. And -5% recovery rate. So he's our offensive guy. So, expert defensive strategist, +30% defense. But he's a landowner. Romantic, yeah, fine. I mean, he's not going to be an offensive guy for us anyway. I think we kind of take that because we needed the whole. The other guy is our offensive person, Ahmad Durrani. Yeah, it's not great. I'm not happy about hiring a landowner general. Give them more power, but that will be beneficial to us. Oh yeah, one thing we're going to add in, so our build queue here, one thing I want to add in are some opium plantations. Since we're staying on peasant levies, we want to be able to add the mobilization option of opium. I find it interesting that for chocolate, you get a +1 for each battalion. But for liquor and opium, it's only +5 or +0.05 for each battalion. So it is more beneficial to try to do liquor or opium. In order to get the liquor for us, we have to build wheat fields and the food industries. But to get the opium one, we just need to build opium plantations. So we're going to activate this because we need the +10 morale recovery to counter the the drawback to peasant levies, so we need this. We eventually will try to get the liquor too. But we need the opium. Our efforts to pass the appointed bureaucrats laws run into several classic bureaucratic hurdles. Debates range around such lofty matters as the corrupt shape of lifting cabinets. Well, one benefit is, for this one, we get negative 20% enactment time plus 10% enactment chance. And the drawback is to bureaucracy for the entirety of this enactment. But we're actually pretty good on bureaucracy. So we can take a hit to it while we try to pass this law. Alright, let's go to the first page of the build queue here. Yeah, so we're just going to build up the barracks. We're going to keep an eye on Russia. Ideally getting a defensive pact with them will really help us here, because if Persia tries to make a play against us, that would not be great. If we can get a pro-Russian political movement, that would be even greater. Oh yeah, now that we've been moving for a while, let's see what our tech spread is. Cotton gin, nice, so that we don't have to actually research that. Mandatory service, so we're getting tech spread while we research it. And that's nice, colonization, because we're not going to be able to get to that for a while. Oh, alright, appointed bureaucrats went up 10%. So we're going to get colonization just from the tech spread, which is nice because we have Turkmenia down here, or up here, I mean. And so we can pass colonization law and start colonizing up here, because, again, we need this to get the Durran achievement. Oh, you know, we should fix up our budget as well. We can afford to go down a little bit, give people more money, raise the military wages, tax services. Oh, wait, what? No, we don't want to tax furniture. What is that? Tax services. We can actually go down to this for some time. Eventually we'll move up, though. As we build these barracks and we start paying more military wages, we'll probably have to bring that down. Let's see. We do have middle managers, so we get more bureaucracy. We get the bureaucracy here because we're getting the negative 14% enactment time on the laws. Rural folk, we don't want to go down too much. We don't want to hurt that tech spread. It would be nice if we had the veteran consultation in order to get this military research speed, but I guess they're not happy with us for trying to pass appointed bureaucrats. Oh well. It is what it is. So we'll let this run for a moment. Oh, and Lauderby failed. Okay. What's our next checkpoint? September 23rd. Alright. Take a look at the map here. So we are going to... Where are we going to have to conquer eventually here? Sindh, Khorasan, Punjab, Kashmir. So Sindh... Punjab. So Punjab, okay. So we're going to take this, 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 and Kashmir. So this, this, and Citra Kashmir. Along with all of the, what do you call it? The Afghani, and oh my god, it's late. I've had some drinks and my brain's not working. The Pakistani states. Oh my god. First thing we're going to want to take, I think we'll probably want to go down here and take the Kandahari, Hazaristan, and Kandahar. We want this because we need more wood, and so to expand our Hazaristan state. First thing we want to do is form Afghanistan, and so we're going to need to take all of this. So we need to take Kandahari, Hazaristan. A lot to be filled. Then, from Kabul, we need to take Hazaristan, Kabulistan, and Kabuli Pashtunistan. Oh no. Oh, we don't need Kabuli Pashtunistan. We just need Kabulistan. Okay. So we need 1, 2, 3, 4. We need to take these 4 states in order to form Afghanistan. Interestingly, I think once we form Afghanistan, I don't think on the map it'll show us as Afghanistan. I think it'll show us as the Durrani Empire. But I could be wrong about that. So... But either way, we are going to expand to all of Kandahar, Kalat, and Makran. Because we need to get to the sea. We can't stay landlocked. Plus, yeah, we need Baluchistan for the achievement. So, yeah, we need Baluchistan. Northern Baluchistan, Pashtunistan, quite interesting. Okay, so we don't... In order to get the achievement, we don't need... Oh, this is part of Baluchistan. Okay. So technically, we don't need to take Bampur. That's good to know, because Persia, anybody who's played in this region knows, Persia really wants Bampur. Along with Herat, they always declare war on Kandahar. The only thing they really want is Bampur. So if we can't take Bampur, that's fine. But we do need Baluchistan, and that will get us to the sea. Oh. Trading. I haven't done any trades yet. So, first thing we need to trade for. Let's set our tariffs. Nobody touch our wheat. Nobody touch our fabric. Nobody touch our wood, but we really need to import wood. We're just going to take all of this. debate failed. This is not going well. Alright, legislature. Yeah. Let's start over. Alright. So we have those three. We get two more to import some grain. Oh, I forgot though. We do want to spring the corn laws. Representing his constituents and the landowners, Yar Mohammed Al-Qazi has issued a formal petition for local police. Sorry, but we're not doing that. Or maybe we are -5 to legitimacy. That will... Oh, the legitimacy... Okay, went up. So we can lose 5 legitimacy. That's good. So no. Sorry, buddy. Shere Khan forces, leader of the ruling armed forces, has had enough of compromising with his coalition partners. Yeah, we don't really care if this guy loses popularity. But... Oh, I actually wanted to click the top one, but I mistakenly clicked my mouse button. Well, actually, all things said and done, it's not the worst possible thing. But I didn't, for the record, I did not want that. Alright. The peasant movement. We like the peasant movement. Let's promote that. Alright. Alright, we're about to get our last barracks. Oh, it's hiring. Okay. It's hiring at a good rate. So we'll be okay with that. So we have all of our hussars. And then just 2 more of the irregular infantry. So once that's done, we'll get our log. So we work toward the construction sector. And then wheat and opium. Next. So we need to build some industries. The thing that we do need to keep in mind, though, is that we only have 20 infrastructure left. And it'll go quick. Tooling. We need tooling. The fervently nationalistic armed forces is rising up Persia and this province of Mazandaran. Yeah, we're okay with an anti-Persian league. Because that's kind of how it's going to play out anyway. We do want to build a food industry, because it would be nice if we could actually get some liquor, so that we can use that mobilization option. Now, the issue here is, so at least until we conquer some land, we are really hurting for wood. So things like the furniture manufactory, the glassworks, and the paper mill, kind of all off the table. Now, the glassworks... You know, we can switch to lead, and we have access to lead. But that's not going to come into play until... Yeah, until we get the lathe. So once we get lathe, we can look at that. But until then... The number of industries we have are really limited because of our available wood. Also, keeping in mind, once we get line infantry, we're going to need to build an arms industry, and then we're going to have to switch our one logging camp to split between hardwood and softwood. So we'll see how that goes. Oh. Our tags are all messed up. So we are not Congo for this one. Alright. Oh, did we have too many tags? Okay. Well, there it is. Civil service currently led by the landowners are deliberately stalling the government by creating unnecessary paperwork. They demand their jobs be protected under the appointed bureaucrats law. Well, we can't lose 10% there. So all of these are going to give us a setback. We might as well take the one that gives us an addition to it. Yeah, so this one isn't looking good. 2 setbacks in the introduction phase. Not great. 11% success chance, 26% stall. Ugh, 0% advance. Honestly, I should just stop it, because chances are we're going to get a bad event on May 29th. It's going to cause us to lose like more bureaucracy or something like that. Yeah, we're just going to cancel this. We don't really care all that much about it to begin with. Yeah, I mean, we could go to professional army, but we're going to try and... Oh, yeah, okay. So we can try migration controls. Who likes this? So we only really have it because the petite bourgeoisie is in government. The trade unions and the industrialists like it, but they're all marginalized. So this is going to be kind of a similar thing to appointed bureaucrats. We'll try to change it, but I don't know how well it's going to go. Now, I got sidetracked before about this, but we want to activate the corn laws. I think we need to be at plus 25%. And prioritizing exports, right? Yeah, grain in the Herat market is greater than 25% more expensive. And so, let's see, we can do that. Interesting. I don't think we actually can make it more expensive at the moment. Before we start building these wheat farms, what can we do? Let's take a look at our buildings. Oh, actually, we could... No, we can't upgrade them yet. Oh, almost forgot. We do want to keep our military power projection going. So we want to make sure the conscripts are added in there, because that adds into that. In terms of wheat, encourage the exports. We just need to make it more expensive. Crazy idea that we're trying to make it more expensive. Persia's going to war with Oman. We're not going to get involved in that because we don't... Our military isn't quite there yet. I would like to get to line infantry before we actually take on anybody. Although, with all the stuff we have queued up here, I think we can then queue up the iron mine and the arms industry. Because I think by the time we get to that in the build queue, we'll have line infantry. But we do want to queue the corn laws here. Well, one way actually we can do it is if we build the food industry before the wheat. That'll do it. That'll do it, pig. So we'll do that. Okay. Oh, what do we got here? The suggestion of migration controls us as the bait of the Sunni Iran to other immigrants will share the uniquely varied religious sensibilities. Ooh, yes. Okay. So we'll take that enactment success chance. -3 to the Sunni, but they're marginalized, so we don't actually care that they get marginalized. So that'll give us that benefit there. Okay. Oops. No, I want to keep that up. All right, let's bump the speed up to 11 here. And see what we're getting. Yeah, I forgot. Migration controls. We get the rural folk onto old ways, and we get the -% technology spread, which kind of sucks. Because we really rely heavily on tech spread. Yeah, we're researching mandatory service right now. But getting cotton gin and colonization will help. But of course, that's going to move much slower. Hey, law debate success. Positive news. Keep the good vibes flowing. Keep the good vibes flowing. The my mind and society. So these guys up here. Southern Turkestan. I mean, I guess we will eventually need to take these guys. do they have? Coal and wood. I mean, not bad. Slaves have risen up in Herat. They are not a significant force yet. There are multiple ways to approach them. If we lose 20% influence, if we have 120, we're not using it. Although, slaves getting radical, I mean, I hate to say it, but it's not the end of the world. Yeah, I think we'll do that. Alright, we've got our logging camp. We'll see how much this hires up. We might need to subsidize it. Yeah, well, nothing's really using logging yet, other than the construction sector. Oh, the construction sector's not hired up yet. Yeah, so that's going to go down. Log debate failed. But mandatory service. Alright, so we get 2 more of those. Now, generally speaking, I wouldn't keep enlistment efforts activated. I would only keep it on if we were at war. But yeah, being able to add all of these potential conscripts adds to our military power projection, which will deter people like Persia from coming at us. So we will keep that activated. Alright, so we are now at negative 141, which isn't so bad. Oh, although, yeah, we're still hiring in this. Alright, let's bump up the speed here. Paddle steamer is spreading. That's excellent. That is something I don't have to research myself, and we will eventually need, just to get past level 1 of the military research. We still have the old ways activated here. We need to... The next law we do, I think we should just look at something the rural folk might like. Ah, corn laws. Got it. Alright, the corn laws, our taxes on grain imports, have afforded the landowner class a great deal of leverage. Well, we could use the loyalists for 5 years. Yeah. We'll do it. Okay, so since we got the corn laws, let's work on the wheat before we actually finish these food industries. Go back to this now. Can we export some of this? Yeah, the Kabuli market likes it. And we'll take some of their wheat. There's no more wood we can take. Alright, let's bump up the speed, get these wheat farms built. Automate success. Prohibitive incapacity sewer grains. It's really difficult for the poor to afford bread. Yeah, we don't want radicals, so with the increase of the minimum wage, we will take the British aid. Give us some military assistance. Standard of living decreased. Probably, I would imagine, because of the cost of grain. Yeah. So we'll be building that next. Oh. Bump up the speed. Alright. So, bump up the taxes, bump down the military wages. Negative. Okay, there we go. Fix this up there. We will tax opium. Quick bathroom break. Alright, and we're back. Let's do this. So let's get these wheat farms built. Alright. Can we get any diplomatic stuff yet? Nothing yet. Great Britain, nothing yet. Alright. So we wait. Oh, a lot of it failed. Why are we not... We have a 0% advance chance. Yeah, at the moment, our laws are a little difficult. I'm probably not playing the political game optimally in these starting steps, which is fine. I mean, that's kind of the thing about not going to professional army at the very beginning. Going to professional army is always a pretty good way of just giving a little bit more power to another interest group, since most small nation runs, the landowners have so much power. And I mean, to be quite frank, in most of the countries in this game, at game start, the landowners have tons of power. And so we are not giving any additional power to the armed forces by going to professional army. On top of that, the aristocrats get additional power through peasant levies. So it's not ideal. It does make passing numerous laws difficult. But I do think... Oh, law debate success. Alright. We are going to have to do some things with the military. Generally, I find if you do a Herat run, and you don't build up some military units at the beginning, Persia immediately makes a diplomatic play for you. And to be honest, in this run, the way we're going right now, they just might. I mean, we really need some type of diplomatic pact with somebody to prevent it, or really finish off line infantry and get our arms industry built. How much time do we have? 21 months. So a little under 2 years. I think... Let's go down for a second. We'll bring opium down here. We'll do the wheat, the food, and then work on getting that. We want to get the arms industries in here. Because if we can get line infantry, I think the Persian army... We'll look in a second, but I think the Persian army is pretty weak. Sher Ali Khan, leader of the ruling armed forces, has had enough of compromising with his coalition partners. What a big diva. Yeah, I don't want to make those guys unhappy. Although, oh, we can, yeah. So, veteran consultation, we have until +3, we're at +5. Yeah, so we can take that. Alright. What are our wheat farms at? Alright, law progressed to consideration. Generally, that'll be nice. Alright. I'm pretty sure under closed borders, we can't, yeah, disallowed from inviting exiles. So it would be nice to get rid of that. lot of it failed. We're just kind of yo-yoing around at that point. Alright, a lot of it success. We're just kind of bouncing around on that now. Okay, almost done with these wheat farms, which is what we're trying to get to here. The reason why we want the food industries is because we can get we can get more liquor, which will add to our mobilization options. Yes, here is our market liberal landowner, Mahmoud Kashani. Inexperienced. Oh, actually, that's great. He'll decrease the power of the landowners when he becomes leader of them. Compliant. Oh, this guy's great. He will decrease their political strength by a combined 15%. But he'll also give them a +2 approval. Ugh, wonderful. Alright, so we gotta wait for the liberal movement to start pressuring the landowners. We could promote them, but we'd have to get rid of something. Well, we could get rid of the enlistment efforts for now and try to boost them up. So we'll do that. We will do that. Okay, so all right, let's take a look at the wheat farms. I think, are they all okay? So they're pretty much all hired up. Over here, I just want you to do straight up wheat. Oh, interesting. Okay, how much do they actually need here? They're at +6. So you actually can afford to go down a little bit and add some of this to our market. Alright, so they're good. Our overall market is at a +17 to market price. We have a ton of sugar and a ton of fruit. Let's see what happens. So we're at +24 for that. If we decrease this, I don't know, I think our market can hold that. We're fine with sugar. Yes, but fruit. Fruit we're not good at. Law debate success, okay. Our advance is still at 0% though. Not ideal. Not ideal. Alright, so for food security, we're good. We're down a little bit on wheat. You know, we can afford another trade route. Yeah. Kandahar and Persia. Alright, we'll do that because we're about to use it also on the food industry, so we're probably going to need this. I wish we could get more routes on wood, but it is just not meant to be. Just not meant to be. Probably afford some additional light on this situation. Show my beaming face, which I mean quite literally at the moment. Since there's nobody here, I'm going to test this one program I'm using. Look at that. I can message both at the same time. Wow. That's kind of cool. I like it. Ooh, it is getting late. But I do want to get the run set up. I am still going through the Congo run. We are going to finish that. This one is just kind of a short detour. Since it was so late, I know I wasn't going to go for very long. But this is a run I will be continuing because I do want to move on to the Durran achievement. Okay, we now have the path to liberalism. So basically, we need voting laws and to have somebody in government with Oh, the liberal radical or market liberal ideology. Well, we're going to get the market liberal ideology when we get our market liberal in there. Voting rights, though. That might be some time. Look at this, just like our Congo run. Congo run, the landowners got up to 70% at one point. They're up to 64. So let's see. Yeah, serfdom, debt slavery really helps. Their leader. Yeah, their leader's giving them all that. You know, yeah, when we switch off of... Oh, yeah, Minotaurian traditionalist. These guys are actually pretty good because of the church and state thing. So if you're trying to get to total separation, these guys are pretty good for it. Unfortunately for us, we're going to try to stay on state religion for a little bit, because it does keep things like the military wages down. Because, let's take a look. In the barracks, we're employing basically about 20,000 people. Yeah, and let's see, how many are Shiite? So 17.7 and 522, so about 18.3 thousand people who are getting a negative 10% to their wages, but are still happy because their, let's see, their acceptance, is it going to show me here? Yeah, look at that, full acceptance, because they're Persian. So having state religion right now is saving us quite a bit of money. So we'll keep it at that. Oh, speed it up a little bit. All right. Automate success. Wonderful. You know, we're only at a 7% stall chance. Still don't have any advanced chance, though. So we'll get these food industries. We need the tooling workshop for the iron mines. We need the iron mines for the arms industry. The one thing... 6 months. The one thing we are kind of avoiding is that we are going to need hardwood production. I don't think we can import it, yeah. There's no import option. So we're going to have to make it with our one logging camp. And that's really going to hurt us. Oh, we are getting kind of low here. I don't want to raise taxes too much. Plus the negative 10% legitimacy. Or negative 10 points. Well, we can afford that. We don't want to go into debt. We're at 34% here. A lot of great success also. So we can try to sell a building. Ooh, they don't even have the money to buy it. Alright. I think if we have 3K, we're only going down 300. So we'll have to raise taxes a little bit. Oh. Yeah. Build up our reserves a little bit there. Because we don't want to go into debt. We cannot go into debt. Yeah, you know, what is the private sector building? A cotton plantation, and then an opium plantation. Actually, it's kind of nice that they're building the opium plantation. Do we need the cotton one though? No. Oh, we kind of do actually. Alright, go for it, guys. Ah, laws of adoption. Excellent. Look at that. Our private sector building something we actually need. We still don't have financial districts, though, right? Oh, we do. What are they on? Oh, yeah, the textile mill. I forgot. Line infantry. Perfect. Alright, so once we get our arms industry online, then we can upgrade our military. Oh, and we have our food industry. Now the thing with this is, so I'm going to subsidize it, because I want it to build up. Because though there probably isn't going to be a trade value for it, this is one of those things that when you export it, it will create a need for it. And when we go to war, there we go. We have our borders are open slightly now. Yeah, we don't have access to a better tax law. We don't want to change that. Well, appointed bureaucrats, 1% chance. I mean, it's not worth it. Alright, so it would be nice to get off of serfdom. I think, though, we're going to have to throw the rural folk in there. And that, yeah, that's going to hurt us. So, we say we get 1 point of legitimacy. But if we take them out, yeah, if we keep them in, look at how much none of that changes. So we're hanging on the edge of contested government here, but we get the rural folk into power. Normally, this is great. The treasury bonds, we get the lower interest rate. But again, when you're playing with a small nation like this, you just can't go into debt, so it doesn't matter having the negative 10% loan interest. I mean, that would be great if we were in debt and just couldn't get out of it. Although this plus 10% bureaucracy is nice. We might lose that. But we do need this. Ooh. I did not realize That would marginalize them. And then you rural folk are still unhappy. Well, you're about to be better. Homesteading would be nice. Let's go for it. So we'll go for homesteading. And that should make them happy. Yes, there we go. So, more throughput. Oh yeah, and more infrastructure, right? Yeah. Migration, attraction, more society research. Okay. So, the throughput, yeah, so +8 there. Let's actually not tariff this as much. So, is the price here in Persia that way? Yeah, so nobody there wants it yet. So let's create a need for it. Yeah, let's wait too because of the bureaucracy. Did we build government administrative building yet? I thought we did that. No, we did not. Okay, I think we're at the point where we should build one. Alright, we're losing money. What are we subsidizing? Oh, yeah, the food industry. Okay. Oh, yeah, how are we doing with our foreign relations here? Russia doesn't want to help us yet. If we had a better army power projection, makes sense. You want to have a defensive pact with somebody who can't defend themselves. And they're really not on board. Russian rank of repair corridors. We can't do anything about that. Number of Russian defensive pacts we can't do anything about. Our relations are amicable. We can't get higher than that. Their attitude towards us is protective. That can't go any higher. Ideological similarities between our governments. So they have the landowners and the church in there. There's harvest condition. Oh, optimal sunlight. That's a good thing. Look at that. Agricultural throughput. Excellent. Alright. So there's nothing we can do with that stuff. I haven't saved this game. Alright. What are these guys building now? Oh, still cotton and opium, okay. Okay. Yeah, so we need to fix the budget here. I mean, we can't keep taxing people. We need... Okay, well, let's see. If we fixed this, 768, that would take a big chunk of the deficit. Get rid of some of the trade routes. Get rid of this one. And we can get rid of one of the wheat trade routes. The most unproductive one is this. Okay. So that did help us quite a bit. We could get rid of the subsidies for the food industry. Ooh, cotton gin. Hello. Problem is, yeah, we need to make this more profitable. Well, maybe we don't. They can decrease hiring to the point, if it's negative 48, decreasing the hiring, they're not going to do it all the way down. And now, so maybe, oh, I forgot to incorporate them. Representatives of the landowners have demanded several compromises in the enactment of homesteading. These measures have already been condemned by supporters of Mahmoud Kashani as corrosive to the reform as a whole. A market liberal. Buddy, what the poop? I do want him to be popular, and I don't want a setback, actually. This seems like a pretty good shot. Okay. If we get rid of road maintenance, is that gonna really hurt? No. Okay. So we can add another tax in on luxury clothes. Alright. So we've kind of balanced everything. As long as everything stays the same, which it won't. Okay. Where do we go from here? Where, oh where? Well, in terms of starting steps, once we get the arms industries done, I think that's a pretty good starting step. Although conquering land is also pretty much where he's trying to start. But it is pretty late for me right now. So I think we'll save it here. Call it a night. And we will... And we'll come back to this one again, because we're gonna get that Durran achievement. All right. So until next time, my friends.